J.A. Culican's Within the Fog Book 4, The Inception of Croatoan, continues the chilling saga of vampires, ancient curses, and supernatural survival. This installment deepens the lore of the mysterious Croatoan, blending historical myth with modern horror. The novel follows Alara, a vampire torn between her monstrous nature and her lingering humanity. Haunted by visions of the lost colony of Croatoan, she discovers that the fog surrounding her world is not merely a supernatural veil, but a living entity tied to an ancient curse. The Croatoan myth becomes central. Centuries ago, a colony vanished without explanation, leaving behind only the word Croatoan carved into a tree. Culican reimagines this legend as the origin of a vampiric plague, a force that consumes both mortals and immortals. Alara's journey takes her into the heart of the fog, where she uncovers the true nature of Croatoan, a vampiric entity born of betrayal and blood, the hidden history of her lineage revealing ties to the vanished colony, allies and enemies among vampires, each with their own motives for controlling or destroying Croatoan, a battle for survival as the fog spreads, threatening to consume entire cities. Supporting arcs intensify the suspense. Alara's inner conflict, torn between embracing her vampiric power or clinging to her humanity. Romantic tension, as love becomes both a weakness and a weapon in the fight against darkness. The Vampire Council, whose politics and betrayals complicate Alara's mission. Mortals caught in the crossfire, showing the devastating impact of supernatural wars. The novel balances atmospheric horror, mythic retelling, and character-driven drama, making it a gripping continuation of the series. Themes and conflicts. Myth versus reality. The Croatoan legend becomes a living nightmare. Humanity versus monstrosity. Alara must decide what kind of vampire she will be. Survival versus sacrifice. The fight against Croatoan demands impossible choices. Love versus betrayal. Trust becomes fragile in a world ruled by blood. Character dynamics. Alara, a conflicted heroine whose choices shape the fate of vampires and mortals alike. Croatoan, both entity and curse, embodying the horror of forgotten history. The Vampire Council, power-hungry leaders whose politics threaten unity. Allies and mortals, characters who highlight the cost of war and the fragility of hope. Style and tone. The prose is dark, atmospheric, and immersive, weaving horror with myth. Culican's writing appeals to fans of Anne Rice, Deborah Harkness, and supernatural sagas that blend history with fantasy. Climax and resolution. The climax occurs when Alara confronts Croatoan within the fog, realizing that defeating it may require embracing the very darkness she fears. The resolution is haunting. Alara survives, but the fog remains, hinting that Croatoan's curse is far from over.